Well, the forefathers that designed this 20 years ago had always intended that there would be pedestrian lights on the streets, on these particular two streets from East to West Boulevard. And they actually installed spare conduits underground and labeled them for future pedestrian lights, which is a great thing. That places a lot of our infrastructure needs already in the ground, and what we need to do now is put lights where they intended them to be installed. Conduits basically are pathways for us to pull our wires through to connect the lights to the electrical grid. And so having those there is a big deal. We don't have to rip up the sidewalks. We don't have to do a lot of infrastructure stuff under the already existing streetscape and sidewalks. No, actually the project doesn't replace all of the lights. It replaced most of the light fixtures, but not necessarily all the poles. Throughout the course of the city blocks, there's a few taller poles that were always intended to be traffic signalization poles in the future, and those bases don't really accommodate the new poles very well. So our intention there is just to replace the fixture on top of that pole and leave those poles in place. But most of the rest of the lighting will get replaced. What the conduits and the infrastructure means to us is that we can actually build much more street lighting and spend less money underground. Well, when you're lighting for cars, you're trying to illuminate the streets and the surfaces, horizontal surfaces. When you're lighting for pedestrians, you want to hit the areas around them, and you want to put lighting on their faces and on their bodies, so you get so that they're visible to not only cars but also other people in the area. Just prevents accidents, reduces accidents. What I would tell you is the current lighting met city standards at the time it was designed. I think with the degradation of the fixtures and stuff over time, we may not meet the current standards for traffic signalization, and we certainly do not meet pedestrian standards. When you look at vehicular standards, you're really looking at the roadway, and there's a certain criteria for different types of streets within your town. When you're looking for pedestrian standards, you're really looking at the sidewalks and the curbs. You want to make sure you got enough light to navigate those safely. And every street in the community has got some classification. These happen to be classified a certain way, and so there's certain criteria that meet for these streets. This is a downtown district. It is major arterials in our community. And so the standards here are quite a little higher than they will be in other places in the city, especially for pedestrian traffic. The lighting project will basically bring higher illumination levels to the area. It'll also create a better what they call color rendering, and it allows people to see color. You'll be able to see the green in the car, the blue in the car, and the red in the car. That's a very significant thing in a business district where you're trying to advertise and things like that.